What's up? It's Willie McGinnis, three-time Super Bowl champion with the New England Patriots, and I'm hanging out with my man Chris Palme, okay? Chris does a podcast, 30 Minutes Live with CDP Podcast, every Wednesday and Friday night on Twitter, Facebook, and his YouTube channel. Make sure everybody tunes in, okay, to my man Chris Palme's podcast. Again, it's every Wednesday and Friday night on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Make sure you guys check him out.
Hey, it's your bro, CDP. I'm back again. This is part 2 of my doubleheader podcast today. I hope you enjoyed my earlier podcast today at 4 o'clock with Corinne Chavez, chief meteorologist, I can say it, from CW6 and CBS 8 in San Diego. And now, to save the best for last, I'm going to have my friend and stand-up comedian Marty Ross from America's Got Talent coming on my show in just 1 minute. I really appreciate my friend Marty coming on tonight, and he's a really funny guy, and I hope you guys enjoy my podcast tonight. So just give me 1 second, and I'm going to put him on here, and you can check out his website as well. 1 second, I'm going to bring Marty on right now. Hello, sir. How are you? I can see you, Marty. I can't hear you. Let's see. Okay, Marty. The picture is good and everything, but I don't. I'll just see if I can. We'll figure something out here. Just 1 second. Marty, do you want to try logging back in again? I can see you loud and clear, no problem. But obviously, I can't hear you at all. So. When you clicked on the link to StreamYard, you have to give them permission to access your camera and mic. So do you guys want to just try logging off and then try logging back on again? If you want to try that. Because I have everything if you guys could try logging off again and just try logging on again. Yeah. We'll get this fixed, folks. Just a small technical difficulty. We're just going to get this fixed, and hopefully we'll be able to talk to Marty in just a minute or two. So while we're waiting for Marty, maybe I'll just play a clip of Marty from America's Got Talent. And yeah, if you guys want to try, if you guys can hear me at all, if you want to just try logging off, remove yourself from my broadcast and try again and see if you can work that way. I can see you loud and clear. Unless you want to try without the headphones, Marty. If you want to try without the headphones, they suggest the headphones and the earbuds if in case of audio echo. But if you guys want to do it without it, that's fine too. I'm just going to try playing a clip right now while we're waiting for you. I can see you loud and clear. So, oh, I heard something there. Can you hear me now? Okay, I can hear that. I hear clicking. While we're waiting for Marty, everybody, you can check out his website at martyross.com.
I hear him.
Okay,
Yeah.
Marty, I hear you. Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
little technical difficulties.
It happens. It happens, buddy. It happens. So thank you so much for coming on tonight, my double header tonight. We always say the second part's always the best.
Good. Well, I'm glad you didn't save me for the third part.
How are you doing, buddy? How's everything in Los Angeles?
Everything is great, a little warm, but I'm very excited because so many clubs are reopening.
Yes, we today in Ontario, we're now in phase 1 of reopening. So we're probably behind you guys, but at least we're now slowly reopening, and hopefully maybe by the end of July or August, we'll be fully opened again, I hope.
That'd be great.
Yeah, it's been a long 15 months.
I noticed.
Yes, definitely. Marty, before I ask you some questions, is it okay if I just play a clip of you from America's Got Talent? It's a 3-minute clip, and I think it's hilarious, and I think my audience here in Ontario, which is near Toronto, would enjoy it if that's okay.
It's fine with me.
Okay, 1 second. Yeah, I'm just going to put it on here right now, and 1 second. Can you hear it okay, Marty?
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. What's your name?
Marty Ross,
And where are you from?
Santa Clarita, California.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
What did I do?
Okay.
I was a salesman in the clothing industry for almost 50 years.
And what is it that you're going to do?
Stand-up comedy.
Is it something you always wanted to do? And then
Yeah.
why didn't you start earlier?
Here's the thing. I didn't know I could do this. I didn't know I can stand in front of these many people and do what I do.
Yeah. Are you married?
I have 3 ex-wives.
That's a routine.
Yeah, right. So that means I need $1 million like as soon as possible.
What would winning mean to you?
Are you kidding me? First of all, winning at any age is incredible.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
your age is?
How old are you?
80.
What?
You're 80?
I'm 80.
Oh my God.
It would mean everything to me because just the dream to be able to do this show with so many talented people is incredible.
Good answer.
So dazzle us with your humor, and I hope we all get to witness your dream come true.
Thank you very much.
Here you go.
So I turned 80 a few months ago, and people are saying the weirdest things to me, like, "Oh, you're 80? You're almost dead. Are you afraid?" I'm like, "No, I'm not afraid. My mother made it to 101. And if you want to know the family secret, we don't die. No, we keep shrinking till we just disappear." So I went to visit my mother in the nursing home. You know the problem when you go to a nursing home and you look like me? Yeah, they wouldn't let me out. The only reason I'm here tonight is I had to get a night pass from the front desk. The first thing I found out when I got old is that young people hate old people. Is that right?
No.
Really? Did you ever drive behind an old person?
Yes.
Does this look familiar?
Yes.
Yeah. The worst thing I'm experiencing now at 80 is that my hearing has gotten awful. I'm talking to this woman the other day, and she tells me she has a peanut allergy. Right, I misheard the word. I said, "What happens?" She said, "I start choking and gagging." I said, "What did your doctor say?" She said, "My doctor said I have to build up a tolerance." So naturally I said, "Well, then I'm your man." Thank you. Thank you so much. Wow. Thanks.
All right. If you'd like to subscribe and
Anyways, Marty, how did you end up coming on there on America's Got Talent? Yeah, that was outstanding.
Well, thank you. I had to audition to do the audition.
Were you a little bit nervous at all?
What's that?
Were you a little bit nervous at all performing in front of a national television audience and a huge audience there?
Let me explain what 80 is like. No.
Okay, I haven't reached 80 yet. I'm going to be 49, so
Oh,
I'm still a little bit of ways yet from 80.
yeah, well, I know how that works.
So I just wanted to show my audience that clip because I thought that was great, and like I said, I really appreciate you coming on tonight and giving me some time and talk show business and changing careers later in life, which I'm trying to do right now, going into radio.
Well, I'm happy to be here. And I just want to also let you know that my views have risen dramatically. 10 million people have now seen that clip.
Wow, that's awesome. Glad to help out.
Tell me about it. I'm just blown away by this whole thing.
That's just amazing. But you know what? You're a good guy and you're funny and you're just being yourself. And
Well,
people are attracted to that. Like they that's what they do.
well, thank you. It's very nice of you to say.
Well, like I said, I hopefully one day I'll be as half as successful as you.
All right. Well, I'll try and stay alive for that.
Same
Because
here. I will too.
I'm sure you're going to have a party.
I haven't had one in the last year and a half, so it might be a while yet.
Welcome to the universe.
Yes. So yeah, like you said, how's your week been? Pretty good week.
Very good. I had a podcast yesterday. I did a show on Saturday night. I have another one tomorrow night. I'm really having fun.
Fun is good, and you know what? I love doing this podcast. This is my third podcast in 3 days, and I really enjoy it. And it's good to keep yourself busy. You feel like a lot better when you keep busy than sitting around watching TV all the time.
That sounds like a good idea.
Definitely. And I, unfortunately, this week I had to get dental surgery, so I'm on painkillers and antibiotics right now. But thankfully for the pills, that helps me get through this.
All right. Well, when you start talking gibberish, I'll let you know it's what you're taking for your dental surgery.
Definitely. My dentist is good too. Her name's Dr. Chen, so I got to give her a shout out. She really does good work in that. So, but like you said, I'm just getting through it. So, like you said, I was gonna say, what's your next live performance? I guess you must be happy about being able to perform live again
Tomorrow night.
tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night's my next live performance, and then I have another one coming up Thursday night. So
Wow.
I got to tell you, the difference is amazing. It is so much fun to be doing it live again.
Yeah, I do like the Zoom because I'm kind of 3,000 miles away and it's great. But you're right, nothing beats live comedy in person.
That's why I lucked out on America's Got Talent, because I did that show. The original audition was on March 2nd of 2020.
Wow.
And the following week, everything went to hell. And then
Yeah.
they brought it back on Zoom, and luckily I didn't have to do it. And I'm so thrilled because I could have really been bad the second time.
Definitely. Hey, one of the guys on America Got Talent, Howie Mandel, he's Canadian too, by the way.
I know.
We have some funny guys here too in Canada as well.
I've seen it. I have a friend in here now who's also from Canada, and he's pretty funny.
Yeah. What part of Canada do you know?
Victoria, British Columbia.
Victoria, yeah, whatever.
Victoria, British Columbia. Yeah, the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast, so yeah. Cool. That's cool. But
It's good you can hear him 3,000 miles away, and I can't hear him from 2 feet. So,
well, my hearing's still good, but eventually everything else is going to start going at some point. But my hearing's still good.
well, good for you.
So, anyways, like I said, yeah, thanks for letting me show your clip and stuff like that. Just let me know how you are for time wise. I do have a few questions I'd like to ask, if that's okay.
Well, since I have a show tomorrow night, as long as we finish before tomorrow night, I should be fine.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Anyways, everybody can check out your website at martyross.com. And you just want to tell people where else they can find you on social media?
You can find me at Marty Ross Comedy on Facebook, Marty Ross Comedy on Instagram, and if it's not Marty Ross Comedy on Twitter, it's Wrinkled Rebel. So, yeah, that's me.
Yeah, I put graphics on my podcast too, so I'm using the same type of podcast that Grace is using with StreamYard. So
I know.
Yeah,
Since I've done hers.
Yeah, I'm hoping to get Grace on again. Like I said, Grace has been great. I've made a lot of friends and connections from Grace, so she's really a sweetheart.
Yes, she is, and not only that, look what I got too. I got from the National Comedy Club. I have my picture hanging up there.
Oh, the
Thank
National Comedy Hall of Fame Club.
Yeah, that's the word. I can't read
Wow.
my shirt.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
that's all thanks to Grace.
That's great. Like I said, so I've just been really lucky this podcast. I've made a lot of friends and connections on here, including yourself as well, which I really appreciate.
Well, thank you. And you look nothing like your picture.
The picture looks better than me.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah. The picture of that cartoon, the guy who did that's from Michigan, and he did a really good job with that. So
I
I'm using
thought,
that as my logo on here.
I thought so too. It looks great.
Yeah, thank you. So I've been really fortunate on here. Anyways, like I said, Marty, I'm just going to start with some questions if that's okay.
Yes.
And we'll get you going. Okay, the first one I was going to ask you, can you tell my Canadian audience just a little bit about yourself and when did you decide you wanted to pursue a career in stand-up comedy business?
Well, I've always dabbled in comedy my entire life since elementary school. And when I turned 66, the clothing industry didn't want me anymore. I was too old. So I looked to try and do comedy, and I joined the workshop, and I'm still involved with it. I was 66 when I started.
Wow, so it just goes to show you it's never too late. Because like I said, I'm trying to switch into radio I'll be 49 in a couple weeks, and I've already heard a few people tell me I'm too old. But you know what? But you know what? Your age is just a number, and you're right. It's never too late to start another career.
Well, that's a good thing.
And you want to do and life is short, and you want to do what makes you happy.
I agree with that, except for the life is short part. I haven't experienced that.
That's true. That's true. So just taking one day at a time. But like I said, that's just amazing what you're doing, and that should be an example for anybody. Because I've got people I know that are like they're not happy where they work, and they're like, I'm too old to switch. And I'm like, no, it's never too late to change careers and stuff like that. But a lot of people have this attitude at a certain age. Nope, you can't. You got to stay where you are, even if you're not happy.
Well, then you don't listen to those people and do what you're supposed to do because you're a grown-up.
Sometimes, not always, but sometimes.
I get it, but I'm saying you're old enough to do what you want to do. And the hell with anyone who says you can't. And one of the reasons I do this is to inspire people to keep going, especially seniors that have nothing to do, and if they don't find something to do, the next thing they'll see is the inside of a box.
That's absolutely true, and I know people that are in their 70s, and they don't look like they're in their 70s because they keep active and they keep busy. So you are a good example for everybody.
That's a secret. I've done a lot of senior shows, and it's amazing that I have a lot of friends who are in their 90s. And they told me exactly what you just mentioned. They never stop. They keep busy all the time, and they don't even look at aches and pains.
Well, and when people do retire, just because you retire from your work or career, you still need to do something with your life. You need to keep active. Absolutely, Marty. Like I said, I think you're a great example for myself and a lot of other people that are looking to switch careers a little bit later in life as well.
Well, thank you. But I also want to tell you one other thing, since I'm watching stuff scrolling across my face. My stuff for YouTube is Marty Ross Comedy.
Definitely.
And I'm getting a lot of followers now.
That's awesome. That's just really awesome. And like I said, I'm just glad to have you as a friend out here on social media as well.
Well, thank you. I'm glad to still be alive to do your podcast. I didn't want to disappoint you.
No problem. Hey, I was telling some people less than 10 years ago, I didn't even know what the hell Wi-Fi was. I thought it was some kind of pasta special. And now 10 years later, it's like, oh, wow, this is great.
Yeah, how about that? Amazing, huh?
Yes.
Technology keeps moving and leaving me behind.
I
which is
think you're doing.
I work with Robin so he can help me do all of this stuff.
Yeah, because
And,
there's
and
so much. Yeah.
I hired him because I said I was going to talk to Canada today, and only because he's Canadian.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I'm still learning this technology stuff every day because you're right, it changes every second and every day in that. So, and that's great that you have somebody that assists you with it. But social media can be a good tool as well.
I agree with you. I have close to 5,000 on Facebook and over 4,000 on Instagram.
I'm still working on mine. I'm up to 37 on YouTube, but I still have to.
You're close. Yeah, you're close.
I still got a lot of work to go.
The trick is get to 40 before you have 32.
That's true. That's true. So, like I said, I just have to keep doing what I'm doing and build my brand, and hopefully people will like, hey, this guy's not bad. And I try to get good guests on here as well. And to me, guests make a podcast.
I think that's 100% accurate.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because like I said, I'm just the host, and I think people want to watch the guests instead of the host. So that's the way I look at it.
All right. Well, then pick up your game so they want to only watch you.
Definitely, definitely. So my next question for you, Marty, is where are you from originally? Are you from LA, California, or are you from the East Coast, or
New York City?
one of my favorite cities in the world?
Born and raised in New York City.
Wow. Yes, I've been to New York City twice, and the last time I ended up clearing out a bar called I can't remember what the name of the bar was. It's a popular one in New York City, and they did karaoke, and I can't sing, and I ended up chasing out everybody, and the owner's like, hey, thanks for clearing out my bar. Don't come back again.
That's great.
But I had a fun time down in New York City, man. Lots to do there, man. I'd be broke if I lived in New York City.
That's great. Well, it's expensive, but it never closes, and there's always something to do.
That's true. Absolutely. So hopefully I'll get to go back there again too. And one place I like in New York City is Junior's. It's a restaurant, but it's got world famous cheesecake. If you love cheesecake, it's the best in the world.
Well, on your recommendation, I won't eat it. I hate cheesecake.
Oh, okay. Then you might want to pass on it. So, all right. Jeez. Yeah. So, my next question I was going to ask you, Marty, is how difficult was it to switch careers later in life? And did you have anybody help mentor you in the comedy industry at first?
Well, as I said, I joined the workshop because I like to learn what I'm doing. And I work with two people named Barb and Steve North that used to be a comedy team. And they've been teaching comedy for well over 30 years down here. And I find them to be geniuses.
Because I find a lot of people who start out in their careers have usually somebody that helps mentor them and helps them get into their career and stuff like that. So
it does. There are some people that can do it anyway, but there's not that many.
That's true. That's true. My next question I was going to ask you, Marty, is do you remember your first stand-up comedy performance, and do you remember what club it was at?
Yes, I remember my first stand-up comedy performance. And if you ever want to see where you've been and where you're going, you have to remember things like that. It was a workshop show in a theater. I did a 5-minute set in 3.5 minutes and never looked at anybody. That was my first set.
Wow. Okay. I was going to ask you the next question. I think you've already answered it, but
I'll give you a different answer.
Okay, no problem. What was it like being on America Got Talent? I believe it was season 15.
It was what?
It was season 15 of America's Got Talent.
Yeah, it was season 15.
Yeah.
It's the most incredible thing of my life. Are you kidding me? National television, a show like that. You know, I enjoyed every second that I was there with the crew and everybody, and even the other contestants. They were all so nice. It was a delightful experience.
And did you get a chance to talk to Howie Mandel, like when the show was over, behind the scenes? Yeah.
I got to talk to Howie and Sophia and Heidi and Simon, but the one who broke me up was, well, Howie, as you know, he's a germaphobe, so I couldn't go near him. But I said something. He responded. That was cool. I have no idea what it was now. And then Heidi came by and she called me what she called me on the show. She said, "You're a funny, nasty old man."
And
And
yeah, go
what?
ahead. No, go
And
ahead. Sorry.
Sophia, I was told not to talk to Sophia. There's a behind the scenes because that was the first day Sophia was on the show.
Okay.
And I guess they looked at me and said, "Please leave her alone." So I did. And Simon was phenomenal. And after the show, they come backstage to talk to you. And Simon came by twice and gave me thumbs up the second time. So everything was wonderful.
That must mean a lot to you too when someone like that does that. It just makes you like, hey, this is working out and this is great.
Well, of course, you know.
It's nice. It's nice to get positive feedback from people, especially people like him and Howie Mandel. Yeah, definitely. So,
and mostly Howie, because Howie
Yep.
is a comedian, so he can be funny.
yeah, that's true. I can be funny sometimes too. But I was
Well,
gonna say,
I'll wait.
I was gonna say one thing I've learned from a lot of my guests on here is always be yourself. Don't try to be somebody that you're not.
Oh, well, I'm trying. I'm only myself because I can't be anybody I'm not.
That's true. That's true. There's only one of you, so
Yeah, and now you have to look for a little old 81-year-old since I had another birthday.
oh yeah, when is your birthday anyways? Mine's in a couple weeks, June 29th.
June 29th.
That's when my
Just to let you know, that was my mother's birthday.
oh,
So
wow, June 29th.
and mine's November 25th.
Wow. And that's not that far away now either.
Not at this age. It's like 15 minutes from now.
Yeah.
So I wanted you to know that, so all of your people in Canada could chip in and get me a nice gift for my 82nd birthday.
Birthday, wow. I'll send you a birthday card. If I mail it out now, it should get to you by November.
Yeah, put money in it though, and I'll open it.
Yeah, old kids nowadays, you give them a card and they open it up. They don't even read the bloody thing. They're like, "Hey, where's the gift cards or the cash?"
Exactly.
So, but yeah, that is so true. Anyways, Marty, my next question I wanted to ask you is how receptive were the other comedians in the industry been with you and the audiences you performed live on a stage been to you?
You're talking about how the other comedians were on America's Got Talent that day? That
Yeah.
time? I didn't get to see any of them, really.
No.
And people I know that I thought that I know are really good were not, they didn't show them on television. So I considered everything that happened to me old man luck. It was just wonderful. So I talked to everybody. Contortionist singers. One of my new friends is Roberta Battagliato. Well, oh, she could say a name better than me. She got the golden buzzer right before I went on. And her parents run her Instagram, so it's okay for me to be friends with her. Otherwise, I get a little nervous.
You nervous? That's hard to believe.
Well, nervous about having a child trying to have a conversation with me. That's
okay. Okay. All right. I was going to ask you my next question, Marty, is did you have a favorite comedian, male and female, before you got in the industry? Like people that you really enjoyed, laughed at a lot?
Of course. I saw Woody Allen when he did stand up. There's so many. There's so many men and women that I just admired. I never picked one. I picked whoever I liked. I was not looking at a career in comedy when I was watching them. I was in college and I'd go to New York on weekends and see some of the great comedians. I tell you their names, but I forgot everybody.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, some of my favorite is the late John Candy, who passed away too soon.
Mhm.
I like Eddie Murphy, Eugene Levy. A lot of them are from Canada too, but
Yeah,
uh,
no.
I grew up watching SCTV in Canada too in the late 70s, early 80s, and it's just tremendous who was on that show. John Candy, Eugene Levy, Joel Flaherty, Andrea Martin, um, I think was it Rick Thomas or Rick Moranis from the McKenzie brothers. That's him and Dave Thomas. It's just, yeah, like I said, it's just amazing the amount of comedians that have come out of Canada as well.
I know that. I've seen that. But, you know, when you ask me, it's about comedians that you never saw because you were not born yet. People like Mort Saul, that was brilliant. His act was reading from the newspaper, and you couldn't stop laughing.
Okay, and I did grow up watching Laurel and Hardy and the Three Stooges as well. They were
Which one
before
did
my
you like better?
for what Laurel and Hardy. I liked Laurel. I liked Laurel because he didn't say
Well,
as
I
much as
mean,
Hardy, but
I wasn't trying to split up Laurel and Hardy. I was trying to equate Laurel and Hardy with the Three Stooges because before you get into it, let me give you my answer. I loved Laurel and Hardy, and I hated the Three Stooges because I thought they were just silly.
really so. I liked them too, but Laurel and Hardy they were classic. And
Yeah,
you'll never see I think they've rebooted them, but it's not the same as the original. Nothing beats the original.
what is?
That's true. That's true because
Uh,
nowadays
you
they
you
reboot
have
everything.
the original Marty Ross sitting here. There, I don't know who's coming in next to claim to be me.
So, okay, the next question I wanted to ask you, Marty, and I asked this with the other comedians I've had on my show, is when you're doing a live show, how long did it take you to gauge a live crowd when you go live? Like, just get a sense of what you can joke with them or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just sense how the audience is before you go start doing your jokes.
Well, the most important thing if you're going to do comedy is stay in the room before your time so you can see, you can hear the questions other comedians are asking, you can hear the answers because you don't want to be the 673rd person to ask that lady if she's married. It's just annoying. So I watch everything. I see what happens. I judge the age of the crowd to determine my material, and then I go.
Okay. Yeah, because like I said, the other comedians basically said similar answers to you as well. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I'll make up a different one.
no, that's fine. You're good. You're good. Like I said, I just like to ask questions, and I'm
That's
just curious
fine.
about. I'm just curious about your profession too, because like I said, I'm just trying to learn more and more. So
I love
okay,
it. My whole answer is I love it.
there's nothing better than entertaining people and making them
Well,
happy and laugh.
and especially after doing America's Got Talent, everything changed for me. You know, I don't see things the same way. And it was a growth experience that I'm still experiencing.
I was going to ask you. I didn't write this down, but I was going to ask you since I got you on here. Did you end up getting an agent? I guess like most comedians.
I had an
At least have-
agent, but I had agents and a manager before I walked in.
Okay.
And I still have agents and a manager.
I was gonna say, yeah. I guess nowadays you have to have them in the entertainment business and all that too.
It's really hard to get going without help.
That's true, and I'm probably might have to end up getting one at some point too. So hopefully, I'm lucky enough to get into my profession that I want to get into as well. So
Can I ask you a question?
yeah, go free. I'll do.
Why do you keep saying that over and over again when all you have to do is do it?
Just do it. Yeah, it's true. Like the
Yeah,
Nike saying, just do it.
yeah.
That's true. Just do it. I'm gonna get a shirt up made like that without the Nike thing on, so I don't have to pay $40 for the shirt.
I was in the clothing business. Don't make me report you.
Okay. Please don't. Okay. The next question I got for you, Marty, is Do you have a particular favorite performance and joke you've done and told so far in your comedy career, or something that's most memorable so far?
Well, I think it all goes back to America's Got Talent.
Okay.
The last joke I did on there about the peanut allergy went viral. I never had a joke that went around the world before.
I was going to ask you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay. I was going to say, do you write your own jokes, or does somebody
Yes.
sort of help you?
I do my own. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't want help from anybody.
No,
Okay. Then I know that I did it.
Okay. Now this is another question I was going to ask you. How long did it normally take you to come up with a joke? Did it take you like just minutes or an hour or a week, or it just depends?
I think the last part in number C is just depends.
Just depends. Okay.
And
Because I
keep
was just curious
working
about
and
that.
working until I can make it funny, or I say forget about it.
Okay. I was just curious about that as well, because writing jokes is a big part of the industry as well.
Yep. Yes, it is.
Okay. Next question I was going to ask you, Marty, is do you have any advice for anyone that's watching tonight, and including myself too, for looking to switch careers, especially later in life, or even if they're younger in life?
Well, just from my experiencing being on Earth for this long and working at different jobs, it's funny when I hear any advice about people about switching careers. Well, my suggestion is switch your career before they fire your ass.
That's what I'm trying to do right now. So
Yeah. Well, that's how it works. They either that you're working for a company. That's what always bothered me. Being a salesman in the clothing industry, I basically worked for myself, and that worked out for me. But I watch all these people that have been somewhere for 25 years, and then one day the company decides to go under, and you're out there going, "Now what do I do?"
that's true, and I'm sort of in the process of preparing myself for a new job, career, new life, and that's what I'm doing right now. And that's really good advice, because nowadays seniority in most places means nothing. You're just basically a number when you work for another company.
I believe that's always been the way it is.
Definitely.
It's just now you're 49.
Yeah, I just wish they had this technology 20 years ago, because I think I would have gone into broadcasting in my 20s, but unfortunately they didn't have this technology then, and I ended up taking another diploma in school, which was okay. It paid my bills and that, but to be honest, if I could go back in time, I would have taken broadcasting instead of law and security at the moment.
Well, based on the fact you can't go back in time, and if you could, that would be fantastic, and take me with you. I don't mind starting all over again.
Yeah, that's true. And I know people who started over in their 40s and 50s too, but I think what you're doing is great too. And like I said, I really appreciate you coming on here tonight, Marty. I'm glad, and I'm really glad that I met you through Grace, and and I'm just, like I said, I hope Grace can watch this tonight, but I think she's great, and a lot of these guys that I've met through her have been really great guests on here too. So yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, is your show is so is Flappers and all the shows in LA now? There's no more Zoom shows, or are they still gonna do some Zoom shows in the future?
Well, from what I read, every club is going to include Zoom as part of their thing, and it makes sense for people like you that are far away, and it makes sense for me not to do them because I'm right here. So now it's a question of seeing which clubs survived and which ones didn't. It's been really hard on clubs.
Definitely, yes. And hopefully things get better the next few months and they survive, because like I said, I like to see small businesses survive too. I think they're hurting here in Canada as well with the shutdown that we had here.
Well, it's the same problem we've all had.
That's true. I'm hoping I can get a haircut soon, because we haven't been able to get our haircut here since April. They've shut everything down.
You can get one like this, and then it's comedy gold.
That's true. That's true. I'm actually losing some hair on top that hints the hat, so maybe I
Oh.
should just shave it all off.
Hey, have fun.
Okay. Anyways, Marty, I'm gonna let you go, but I just want to say thank you so much for coming on my podcast tonight, and again thank you so much. And can you just tell my audience quickly where they can find you again on social media before I let you go?
Oh, I will be happy. Quickly, I'm not sure. At 81, quickly is no longer part of my life. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Marty Ross Comedy. You can find me on YouTube on my own channel, or anything to do with YouTube is Marty Ross Comedy. And Instagram is probably old, whatever I said before, the Wrinkled Rebel, but it could be Marty Ross Comedy. I don't know what I'm doing. That's why I'm glad that technology wasn't here 40 years. I would have shot myself.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, but I would have missed. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
have that wish.
Same here. Same here. But anyways, I'm gonna let you go, sir. But
Thank
thanks
you.
again. Thank you again for coming on 30 Minutes Live with CDP, and maybe again I can have you on again in the future, the guest again, maybe.
All right, I'll try and stay alive.
Same here. I will as well.
Okay, thanks again.
You too,
I
Marty.
know I'll see you on a post somewhere. I don't mean a post literally. I mean a Facebook or an Instagram post.
Yeah, I'm all over Facebook and Twitter and YouTube.
I'll see you.
So, okay. All right. We'll definitely be in touch. And I hope you have a great night. And please let me know how your show goes tomorrow night.
Thank you very much, and I will.
Okay. You have a good night, Marty. We'll
You
keep in
too.
touch. Thank you, Marty. Take care. Anyways, guys, I just want to say thank you to stand-up comedian Marty Ross from Los Angeles, California, for coming on my show tonight. I really appreciate Marty coming on, and I hope you enjoyed the interview with Marty. And like I said, you can check out his website, martyross.com, and it has his bio and all his information on there. And he's a really good guy, and he's kind of an inspiration for me because he switched careers into comedy at age 66, and he's still doing comedy at age 80. So for me, I'm trying to get into radio. I'll be honest, everybody. And I've heard most people have been great with me. But I've heard some people say also, you're too old. But you know what? You can switch careers at any age in your 20s, 30s, or 40s. And I think Marty's a great example for everyone. It's important to do something that you really enjoy. Marty is really good at comedy and has a passion for it. And I think Marty's a great role model for everyone, not just myself. And I really appreciate Marty coming on tonight and talking to us and you guys as well about the comedy industry as well. So you can also check Marty out on social media. He's got his own YouTube channel. He's on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. And let's see, guys. I'm going to just let you guys know. This is my third show this week, which is great. I've had Dan Shulman from TSN, not TSN, but Sportsnet and ESPN on Wednesday. He was a great guest. And then I had my friend Carlene Chavez today from CBS 8 in San Diego. She was a great guest. And then tonight having Marty Ross's bonus as well. So my next show, guys, for 30 Minutes Live with CDP podcast will be this Wednesday, June 16th at 7 o'clock. Neil White, TV producer for the Rogers TV in Kitchener and Cambridge, will be my special guest. Neil's been a great help for me when I started volunteering with Rogers TV as a camera operator for the Guelph Storm games. Neil has been very patient with me, and he put me on cameras where I didn't feel like I had to do too much. And he's made it a great environment to do live camera work for the Guelph Storm games. Neil loves his sports, and he knows all aspects of the broadcasting industry, being a producer, and that job is not easy to do, being a TV producer, especially for a hockey game and stuff like that. So, guys, so my next show will be this Wednesday, June 16th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 on the West Coast. Neil White, my friend, and TV producer from Rogers TV, will come on, and we'll talk about volunteering at Rogers TV, talk about his career with Rogers TV and how he got in the industry as well, and talk to him about the return of the OHL by September and October, and hopefully myself and the other volunteers will be able to do games again for Rogers TV and the Ontario Hockey League, which I'm looking forward to. So anyways, guys, let's see. I'm just going to do some comments here. Let's see. Mark Richardson, you watched again. Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate it. Great guest and funny. Please check out Marty Ross on social media and check out his YouTube channel. He is quite funny. And let's see. Mark Richardson again. Great guest, funny guy. He keeps you on your toes. You rocked it. Thank you. Like I said, he's a really nice man, and please check him out on YouTube. And follow him on Twitter and Facebook as well. And I really appreciate him coming on. So before I go, Mark, please give me your opinions on the NHL playoffs. The Final Four, we got the Islanders and Tampa Bay starting up this weekend, and then we've got Vegas and Montreal. I'm still going with Vegas, Tampa Bay in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm not counting Montreal out. I just think Vegas has got more experience. And Vegas has only been in the NHL 4 years. This is their third time in the conference third round. They have done a lot. They've played a lot of playoff hockey in 4 years. And I got to pick Vegas over Montreal in 6 or 7 games. And as for Tampa Bay, the Islanders, I'm rooting for the Islanders because of the underdogs. And the Islanders haven't been in the Stanley Cup final since 1984, I believe, after winning 4 cups from 80 and 83 and then lost 84 to the Gretzky and the Oilers then. So my heart's with the Islanders, but I think Tampa Bay, who are the defending champions with John Cooper as head coach, Vasilevsky the goalie, and Steven Stamkos, and that Stanley Cup winning mentality, I got to go with Tampa Bay over the Islanders in 6 games. So Tampa, I'm going to say Tampa over Islanders in 6 and Vegas over Montreal in 6. So we'll see what happens there. In the NBA playoffs, the Nets are up 2-1 on the Bucks. The Bucks won Game 3. And then we got the Suns and Nuggets going on. And then we got the Clippers playing tonight against Utah as well. So I still think the Eastern Conference Final is going to be I think it's going to be Philadelphia and Brooklyn in the East. And in the West, I think it's going to be Utah. And I'm not sure. Utah, definitely. And the other teams, I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think Phoenix. I think Utah and Phoenix. So we'll see what happens there. But anyways, guys, let's see. I could talk for another minute or two if you guys want to talk. Let's see. Mark Richardson, Vegas versus Tampa Cup Finals. Yes, that's what I think. And then Mark, Vegas in 5, Tampa Bay in 4. Yeah, I can't really. I don't know about Tampa Bay in 4 over the Islanders. I say Vegas in 6 and Tampa Bay in 6. So, also, guys, just to make notes, next Saturday, June 19th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 on the West Coast, my friend and co-host Aaron Sanders is going to be co-hosting NBA Final Four podcast with me. CDP's NBA Final Four podcast. And what we're going to do next Saturday, June 19th, is break down the Eastern Conference Championship and the Western Conference Championship. Most likely, those conference championships will be starting next Saturday or probably next Monday. So, unless, like I said, we'll see. But I hope you guys can tune into CDP's NBA Final Four podcast next Saturday, June 19th at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 Eastern. So anyways, guys, both of my podcasts today will be downloaded on audio as well, and you guys can listen to them later. I'm just going to put this graphic on before I go, just to let everybody know. Please hit like and subscribe to my Chris Palme YouTube channel. All my previous podcasts are on YouTube channel. They're on Facebook here, on Chris Palme Sports Blog, and Twitter at Chris D. Palme as well. But if you guys prefer to listen to the audio version of 30 Minutes Live with CDP, you guys can listen to the audio version, which I'm going to download shortly, on Google Podcasts, Anchor FM Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Breaker, Pocket Cast, Radio Public, and Spotify. So, anyways, guys, like I said, I really had a great week with the podcast. And again, I want to say thank you to Dan, Carlene, and Marty for coming on my show as guests. And like I told Marty, a podcast is only good as its guests are. So I've been very fortunate lately to have some great guests on here. By the way, guys, I have some more big guests coming up soon, probably by the end of June, maybe beginning of July. And one of them is from the NHL. And I'm looking forward to speaking to him about his career as a radio play-by-play announcer for an NHL team. And when we can confirm the exact date and time, he will definitely be on my podcast as well. So anyways, guys, I hope you all have a great evening and a great weekend. And please enjoy the NBA games. The NHL playoffs, I believe, this weekend with Tampa Bay and the Islanders. I'm not sure when Vegas and Montreal are starting up. And enjoy some Major League Baseball as well. I know the Tigers are taking on the White Sox this weekend at Comerica Park as well. So, anyways, guys, I'm going to call it a night. But again, thank you, Marty Ross, for coming on my show, 30 Minutes Live with CDP. And before I go, let's see. Guess Mike Niemema. Oh, good guess. Hey, Mike, how are you? Good show tonight. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Mike, and for watching. I really appreciate that. Like I said, the podcast is only as good as the guest. And Marty, I met through another friend on here, so I really appreciate it. Anyways, Mike, I'm going to order your podcast shirt tonight, and hopefully I'll have it for you in the next 2 to 3 weeks. The person who does my podcast shirts is just back to her other job. So I'm hoping maybe within 2 or 3 weeks, she'll be able to get some more podcast shirts out as well. So anyways, that's cool that you liked it, Mike. And one day, Mike, I'm going to see if I can get somebody on from the Green Bay Packers to come on my podcast as well and talk some Packers football and some NFL football as well. And hopefully I'll see you guys soon as well, maybe in the next week or two. So, but again, Mike, thanks for watching. Same with Mark as well. So anyways, guys, I'm going to call it a night, but we're going to talk to you guys this Wednesday night, 7 o'clock with Neil White from Rogers TV. Have a great night, guys. Thanks for tuning in to 30 Minutes Live with CDP.